How bad is this team right now?
Hello and welcome back to Belmont Bunch. I am miserable. The Islanders dropped their 5th in a row, all on the road trip. They get 2 points. That's bad. Let's get into it. Why don't we get into it? Ilya Sorokin, he is an interesting fellow. He's kind of all over the place. It seems that he can only stop the really difficult shots, and otherwise he, at a certain point tonight, it felt like the post had outstopped him, but he made a couple of gigantic saves as well, so it's still a project going on there, because it still feels like the angle's a little bit. Now, the first 2 goals, it's a little bit of a tough spot for Sorokin. Brock gives... the first one comes off of a missed icing call, for sure. But Brock Nelson gives the puck away. Brock Nelson, man. I don't do the sin bin anymore, but he's in it. And it gets ripped right off that by Farabee, right off the giveaway. And this is one that, maybe the Isles were a little bit shell-shocked from the lack of a call. But then, you gotta still play the puck. And Sorokin, it's ripped top corner, but it does also feel like Sorokin gets a delayed reaction to this one. Maybe he got screened a little bit, so I will withhold there. The second goal is a busted coverage, but again, it's from an angle where it's like, Sorokin maybe. But, so it doesn't feel like any of them were like, oh, buddy. But, the Isles, as they currently stand, as a team that's struggling to score and is making a lot of defensive mistakes, they need to get bailed out occasionally. And Sorokin's not doing a lot of that. I was going to say any, but like I said, he made a split save in the first and the third. So there's that. So obviously the talent is there, and it's a matter of rough edges to smooth out. Letty gets a power play goal that gets us within 1. And Farabee gets that is first minute of the second period, that Letty goal. As you can see by the shot chart, the Isles at least were showing okay effort in the first, but it feels like this impotent, like we're just throwing pucks on the net, and maybe you would say they're just not going, and they will eventually, but it also feels like the Isles aren't creating a ton of high danger chances. At least in this first period and for a lot of the games. Second period, really bad. They only give up the 1 goal. This is a Farabee, they gave up 2. Farabee gets 2. He completes the hat trick with a tip in. I already mentioned the busted coverage on the second goal, where Andy Green tried to make up for it last minute. Brock Nelson was just standing by the side of the net, so I don't know what's up there. But the third goal is a tip in from in front. Again, we didn't really get bodies to the slot to block this here, and that is not a characteristic thing of Trot's teams. They're usually very good at blocking shots, so that is worrisome. Going to the third, down 3-1, I was the closest I've come in 2 years of doing this channel, this being the second, to turning the game off, but I held in. I got rewarded. Josh Bailey gets a tip in fairly early into the period, off of, I think it was a Ryan Pelech shot. And Barzal, a few minutes later, Anders Lee had a great little sequence where his forward-checking was creating a lot of chances, and one of them was cashed in to tie the game. And that was him winning a race, and the Flyers kind of sleepwalking back to their own net, and Barzy beats them all back, and he taps it in the empty net. So Isles, bit of a sucker punch to get back in the game in that third period and to tie it. Now, in overtime, it is a mess. I can't figure out what is up with the Islanders in overtime. Brock Nelson, well, actually, maybe I have figured it out. Brock Nelson had a giveaway last night, and tonight looked lost on the penalty kill. But we do also have to reverse course and talk about the fact that Matt Barzal lost this game. I'm not going to very often say that one player lost the game, but Matt Barzal lost the game. Because they worked extremely hard to get back into this game. And obviously they have to work very, very hard just to score because the talent isn't there. So they have to work their way to goals. And Barzal taking another high sticking call, which of course was the right one, or the right call, that is. Just have to be better than that. You have to just not swing your puck, swing the stick in the middle of the air, just hoping to make contact. Like, I just, I don't know. Just got to be smarter than that. That's how I'll say it. I am pissed. Power play got the 1 goal, but otherwise, still not great. The PK looked all right. 4-on-3 is a little bit tougher. That's, of course, the Hayes game winner was on the power play off of the Barzal penalty. And generally, at least they come out of the 5-game losing streak with the final 2 being the best 2 they played. Although, actually, the Washington game was okay, the one that they blew in the last 30 seconds, or else they would have at least had 3 points. But lucky for the Islanders, they are only 2 points out of a playoff spot currently still. And, it's time to wake up. It is time to, they get the goals, so maybe the confidence will come back. But this team is poorly constructed. And finally, they're making too many mistakes to, hide those roster issues, of which depth offensively is a problem. Although I would say Barry needs to play the kids. Timoshev didn't really show anything tonight. He was invisible. Dalcol drew a penalty and hit a post, but I feel like that's the best you get with him. And Zarnik was good. Zarnik stopped a 2-on-1 early in the game, of course, on one of our power plays. So good stuff there. And generally had, good forechecking night. He was playing on the power play, so I think Barry liked him. So anyway, that's the game. The Isles, I believe the next game is Tuesday against Buffalo. That's going to be a very important game. Buffalo being one of the teams ahead of us, although the only team behind us is the Rangers, and that's the only sense of joy I have felt at all so far in the season. So, we'll see you Tuesday, and if they don't win, I might just have to do a meme joke video. Not a mean one, a meme. Anyway, that's it. Bye.